Hello dear students, myself Shweta Bhoir, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, CKThakur ACS College, New Panvel, Empod Autonomous. So today we are going to discuss the topic about PGIS, that is a regular tessellation and the irregular tessellation. Okay, so we will see what is there in the tessellation, students. So what is the introduction of the tessellation? Tessellation is nothing but what, student? It is a arrangement of shape called the tiles to cover the surface without any gap or overlap. Okay, so tessellation is nothing but what? We are going to arrange the shape of the area. Okay, so what are the core features in the tessellation? There should not be any gap, no overlays are between the tessellation, complete coverage of the area, and it is having the efficient representation of the spatial data in the GIS. So basically what is tessellation? It is a shape or area of any random valley, any mountain, again in any land surface. Okay, so why there is a need of the tessellation in the GIS? Why? So students, you as you see the earlier lecture, that is a phenomena. Phenomena is nothing but what? We are setting the coordinates or point on the area. Okay, so these phenomena such as like elevation, rainfall, temperature are continuous in the nature. So while computers can only store the finite values. Okay, as you all know, computers is having the limitation that it is only storing the finite value in the GIS. So these examples are having any more need for the tessellation. Like first is what? Conversion of the continuous data into the manageable form. Okay, so if there is any random infinite kind of the data, so that data we will convert into the manageable form, into the tessellation. Enable analysis and the computation. So we will use the analysis and computation like the arithmetic computation. Again, make spatial data structured and processable. So whenever you are using the aerial data, that aerial data should be structurized and it should be processable in the form of the manageable form. Okay, so we will process the data. That is, first is what? We will capture the data, then we will store the data. After storing the data, we will check out the data, and finally we will process the data. So why this is the need for the tessellation in the GIS? Okay, so what types of the tessellations are there, that we are going to discuss in this lecture. So primarily it is having the two types, that is a regular tessellation and irregular tessellation. So what is mean by regular tessellation, student? Regular tessellation divide the space into the uniform cells or the equal size or shape. Okay, so what is a regular tessellation? Tessellation and the regular tessellation means what? It is having the same shape and size. Whenever you are using the any area, that area is having the same cell and same shape of the area. For example, it is having the same common shapes are there. First is a square, so all the cells are of the square and having the same size. Okay, second, as you can see, hexagonal, so all cells should be the hexagonal having the same shape and the same size. Third is a triangle, so all the triangle cells are of the same cell and of the same size. So just remember, all of you, whatever the cells you are using for your area, all should be having the same shape and the size. That is a regular one. So what are the characteristics of the regular tessellation? It is simple and easy to understand. It is efficient for the data storage, so we will store the data efficiently. Then it is a fast computation and analysis. So whenever you want to perform any computation like arithmetic computation or any mathematical computation, so that is having the faster performance, and it is used for the analysis also. It is also the easy georeferencing, so we will reference the data to the spatial areas. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the regular tessellation. Second, that is a irregular tessellation. So it is the opposite and complex than the regular one. What, students? It is a complex than the regular one, but it is more adaptive than the regular. Why? Because here the size and shape is not fixed. What? Here the size and shape is not fixed. In the regular it is having the same shape size, but in the irregular it is not the same shape and the size. Okay, so it is dividing the space on the data variation rather than the fixed size, as I said. Okay, and it is a more flexible and adaptive. So whenever you want to do any changes in the area, so this tessellation must be used formally. So what are the characteristics of this irregular tessellation? Cells vary in size and shape. Okay, means whatever the cells you are using, for example, you are using the hexagonal, you are using the diagonal, again triangular, square, so all are you can use as a different size and the different shape. It is adaptive to the spatial data. It is more advanced than the regular one, so that it is the more adaptive. Okay, reduces memory usage because of the differentiation or different cell size. It is what require the less memory storage, and it is efficient for the uniform regions. So basically, normally irregular tessellation is most widely used in the world because it is a flexible and it is more adaptive. So these are the two types for the tessellation. And what are the common structure? So this is the example given as below as a quad tree. What is a quad tree? This is the quadrant of each value, means what? Here is what? The tree like structure. That tree like structure having the quadrant means what kind of the cell you are using. Every cell is mentioned there for the specific region, and it is mentioned in the color white, green and blue color. So quadrants are specified for this. So this is for today. Thank you so much everyone.